taking what we do with instruction and one-on-one and small group lessons and how to translate that to a high school or a college team. And the first thing we did was got them in the classroom and went over the philosophy. We talked about the 4 building blocks, or the meat and potatoes of the swing. We broke those segments up into different weeks. So one week we would just work on the rear leg and rear hip control. And once we felt comfortable with those drills, we would move on to the second building block. So what I'd like to do today in this video is kind of walk you through a setup of how we worked on rear hip or rear leg control and kind of some of the drills that we would have set up for a full team session for controlling the rear hip and the rear leg. So here's an overview of kind of what we have set up. Open stance with different size PVCs, and we're flipping regular size wiffle balls to start with, and as the week progresses we'll move to golf ball wiffle balls, and they're working on controlling the rear leg and syncing up the rear leg and check swinging. We have an open stance set up, getting on one leg, sitting into that rear knee, coil, and control the turn by starting the rear leg without having weight shift forward. We have a high T and a low T set up. We're with an open stance, working on one-legged hitting. We have 2 open stance setups, a high T and a low T. The other cage over here with front flip station, and also we have the weights there that we attach to the front foot, so they're working on rear hip and rear leg control. The other thing that we would have set up is on the field, we would have this machine set up, and that machine would be throwing breaking balls right outside that cage there, and the hitter is just taking the breaking balls. They're not actually swinging, they're just learning how to control the hip while they're actually seeing and tracking pitches, and that's a take station on breaking balls.